Good evening, football fans, and welcome to our coverage of Michigan high school football, live on YouTube, presented by the Gratiot Isabella Technical Education Center School Broadcasting Program. Tonight, the Linden Eagles have come to town to challenge the Mount Pleasant Oilers in the final game of the regular season. It's senior night, and we had the opportunity to honor the class of 2023 before the game, and hopefully they can be sent out with one final home win tonight. And with that, we say welcome to Community Memorial Stadium. I am joined by alumni of the school broadcasting program, Jack Irvin. And Jack, you were an Oiler football player at one point. What does this game mean to this team?
Oh, it means a lot. It means a lot to this community also. Last game of the season, senior night versus, a very good team. Linden comes with a 5-3 record, coming off 2 straight losses. They're hungry for a win.
Well, Linden won the toss pregame, and they have elected to defer to the second half. Michael Bush is going to kick it away for the Eagles. Griffin Phillips and Scooter Polk are back to receive for the Oilers. It's a good kick driven down to about the 10-yard line where Scooter Polk will bring it back. Trying to bring it up the near sideline. He's brought down a little ways outside the 20-yard line. That's where the Oilers will start on offense tonight.
He's going to be wrapped up there by number 11, Ethan Gomez. Gomez on the tackle.
Oilers last week, in case you missed it, won the Saginaw Valley League Blue title. They beat the Midland Dow Chargers 40-0 over at Midland Community Stadium. It's back-to-back Saginaw Valley League Blue titles for the Oilers, and they're third in the last 5 years.
And get ready to see Logan Broachuk get into a groove in this first drive.
He's lined up in the shotgun to open the night. He's going to hand it off to Newbecker. Actually, it's Rubio on the carry, and he's going to be brought down, looks like in the backfield for a loss on the play.
That's some great defense by Linden's defensive line. Did some great penetration, spills the run, and gets a nice native loss.
It'll be interesting to see what Mount Pleasant team we see tonight. I mean, they've been somewhat inconsistent throughout the year. They had a couple big dominating wins, and then they went on the road and struggled a little bit. So we'll see which Mount Pleasant team comes out tonight. Brochuk's going to look to the air on second down. He's going to air it out down the sideline. It's over the head and out of bounds of Griffin Phillips, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 11.
Yeah, well, you're going to see a lot from Linden's defense. You're going to see a lot of man coverage with a lot of physical hits for the Eagles. And, if you're Mount Pleasant, you really got to step up and be big in the run game and the passing game. And this year, I think Mount Pleasant has the guys to do it with. They're returning a lot of key skill players from last season with Stuart Polk, Caden Benasty, Aiden Klein, not Cardole, but Aiden Klein and Studer and many more.
Well, and you talked about Aiden Klein. He had a monster game last week versus Dow with a 56-yard touchdown. Brochuk's going to look to the air again. Passes behind Humphrey and out of bounds. He took a little bit of a shot there as he stepped out of bounds, but no call. And a quick 3-and-out there from the Oilers, and Linden's going to get the ball.
And get ready to see Linden's offense. They're a big ground-and-pound shotgun offense, and they love to get their skill players.
Back to punt for the Oilers, number 12.
So Logan Barochuk, the quarterback, getting ready to punt it away.
Received is Gomez, number 11, Ethan Gomez for the Eagles.
Ethan Gomez back to return it here for Linden. It takes a pretty good Eagle bounce as it's rolling back into Oiler territory, and Linden will start with the ball inside the Oiler 45-yard line. The 42-yard line to be exact. And now we're going to see this Eagle offense coming onto the field.
And let's see if this Mount Pleasant defensive line can really step up and stuff the run.
Michael Bush is the quarterback for the Linden Eagles. He's alone in the shotgun. They're going to pitch it to number 11, Ethan Gomez, and trying to get around the edge, and he will be hit by a mob of Oilers, Blake Moore and Aiden Klein, and on the tackle, and lost there on first down.
Looks like there's a flag on a play. Let's see who it's on. And also, what you're going to see from Linden's offense is a lot of motion. They're trying to get their skill players now. A lot of quick guys on this offense.
And it looks like clipping, I believe, against the Eagles, and that's going to back them up. Blocking below the waist, to be exact, was the penalty.
And the thing for Linden this year is they have a new head coach after their old head coach has retired, and he's brought in a different philosophy. You know, Linden over the last couple of years, or over the last decade or more, has been a big passing team. This year he wants to switch it up and be more of a running football team.
And that's going to back the Eagles up 15 yards, which is going to bring up 1st and 25. That flipped the field, and they had it in Mount Pleasant territory on the 42-yard line, and now they're on their own 42-yard line. Bush looks to the air, gets it out into the flat. Looked like it was number 10 there on the catch, Connor Hewlett. He's a tight end. And it looks like maybe about a 5-yard gain.
You got Linden right here starting behind the chains to start out their drive. Let's see what they can do to respond and get to a first down.
So 2nd and 20 here for the Eagles. Bush back in the shotgun. Quentin Scott with him. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to pitch it. It's number 11, Ethan Gomez again. He's going to be pushed out of bounds back into Mount Pleasant territory. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long. Caden Manaski pushed him out of bounds.
3rd down and 16 yards to go for the Eagles from the other 48-yard line.
Only 2.5 minutes into this football game.
So Linden's over there switching the play. See Bush talking about it with his players.
Bush drops back to throw. Pressure comes. Has to scramble. Nobody's open. Blake Moore gets to it. Brings him down in the backfield. What a play, Blake Moore. He was patient, and he got to the quarterback and brought him down for a monster loss. Looks like back down at the 37-yard line. And not what the Eagles wanted there on that play.
What a play by Mount Pleasant defensive line. Gets in. That's actually Grant Stahl, I think, on the tackle. Just kept going. Quarterback didn't see anything open and was sad for a big loss. That's a big confidence booster for Mount Pleasant.
So now it's 4th and 31. You don't hear that very often. And Scooter Polk is going to be back to return it. Tell you what, the Oilers just about got to the punter, too. As now Polk is going down the far sideline. He's got some blockers, and he's finally brought down at about the 48-yard line. And that is where the Oilers will start on offense.
And let's see this Mount Pleasant offense try to get back into the groove. Let's see. I wouldn't be shocked to see Coach Matt go back to the running game.
Might try and give it to Max Humphrey up the middle. He's been a great threat for them. He's got several scores on the year of well over 50 yards. And the Oilers have good field position to start this drive. Neither team having much success so far moving the ball on offense. We'll see which team gets into a groove first.
Said there might be a flag on a play.
We got a play on the field.
And it looks like it's going to be holding against the Oilers.
Penalties have both struck these last two teams in these last drives for both.
So it's going to move the Oilers back to about is that their own 25-yard line? So that's going to negate a big return there from Scooter Polk, and now the Oilers are going to be backed up deep in their own territory. Looks like they're still moving them back.
All the way back to the 15.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. Wow.
First and 10, Mount Pleasant.
Let's see if Mount Pleasant did a big drive going and march down the field.
So Brochuk is under center. He's going to hand it off up the middle. It's Rubio who's hit after looks like about a gain of a yard. It's going to have 2nd and 9, or about 8.
Seems like Mount Pleasant really can't really get a lot of push on the offensive line. I can see Coach Mahad is probably pretty upset by that.
We had mentioned the fact that the Oilers won the Valley title last week. They had a really dominating performance. Logan Brochuk was 16 for 20, throwing for 340 yards and 3 touchdowns, looking to have another great performance again tonight. He's going to look to the air again. Looks to Polk out on the sideline. It's low. It's a catch, and it's out across the 30-yard line. It's going to be a Mount Pleasant first down.
Great route running by Stuart Polk. It always seems like he's open on that out route. You know, Logan Brochuk just got it to him, but Stuart was able to make the catch for a first down.
That looks like about a 17-yard catch there for Scooter Polk. Great catch to dig it up before it hit the turf and turn into a positive play and an Oiler first down. It's going to be another handoff to Rubio. He's going to bounce off his blocker. He's going to get out across the 40-yard line, and I believe he will move the change. It's going to be another Mount Pleasant first down.
Now you're starting to see Mount Pleasant get into a rhythm on offense. You know, at back-to-back, big plays, and that's what you really want if you're Mount Pleasant.
Well, it's been interesting to see them so far go to Jonathan Rubio a lot, as we've seen a lot throughout the season, going to Max Humphrey, their big playmaking running back, or Caleb Newbecker, who's kind of stepped into a big role as their second string and has actually played a fair amount and had pretty good success.
From what I've been watching from their games, it seems like Rubio's played a lot of H-back or fullback, and now they're letting him go, and it looks like that was a broken play.
Yeah, Brochuk just kept it there. Looked like he got about 3 yards on the play.
Second down and 7. Coming up from Mount Pleasant.
Now you're seeing Caleb Newbecker subbing into the game for the Oilers.
Oilers making a couple substitutions here, bringing on Carter Dole and Griffin Phillips.
It looks like they're trying to go into a lighter personnel now. That's the thing about Mount Pleasant. They don't have just one formation. Coach Mack likes to be multiple. He likes to have an I formation. He likes to have he has a Wildcat formation now, but he loves to be multiple on offense.
We saw him bring in a couple receivers, see if they take a shot downfield here. It's a high snap. It's going to be thrown out to Polk. He's going to be dropped in the backfield for a loss. It looks like they might give him the original line of scrimmage, but it's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
It really seems like right now a lot of Mount Pleasant's drive killers have been self-inflicted wounds, which is really uncharacteristic. Usually you see a real well-disciplined Mount Pleasant offense, but I wouldn't be a bit shocked to see them get a big play right here.
Almost halfway through the opening quarter of action here from Community Memorial Stadium. Brochuk's in the backfield with, looks like Rubio again. No, it's going to be Newbecker, who he fakes the handoff to. They fire over the middle. It's caught by Polk. Inside the 30, he gets a block. He's tripped up at the 25-yard line. Big gain from Scooter Polk, and it's an Oiler first down.
What a throw by Logan Brochuk. Get it right into the coverage to get Stuart Polk for a big first down.
Tackled by number 2, Austin Elfin. Elfin on the tackle.
And you had called it, Jack. You said we might see a big play there from the Oilers. I'm pretty sure that was a big play.
It always seems like when Mount Pleasant needs a big play, Stuart Polk is the guy to get it to.
Newbecker's in the backfield with Brochuk now. They're going to hand it off to Newbecker up the middle. Looks like about a gain of 3 before he's hit.
Maybe about 3 to the 21. Wrapping them up there is
First carry tonight earns him 3 yards.
I'll say one thing that's about Linden's defense. Their defensive line has been really good versus Mount Pleasant's O-line. Really stuffing a run and standing people up.
Looks like Cal Kowalik is in the backfield in front of Newbecker. It's going to hand off to Newbecker. He's going to break a tackle inside the 10, brought down at about the 3. Big run from Caleb Newbecker, and the Oilers will have it 1st and goal.
Great run by Caleb Newbecker. Sees that hole, shoots it, and just goes. And every time I see Cal Kowalski in a game, it reminds me of the 85 Bears with the fridge.
Interesting that we haven't seen Max Humphrey yet tonight, but I think the Oilers have had a pretty good balanced attack anyways, with Rubio and Newbecker having solid nights already on the ground.
See, Mount Pleasant get into a wildcat formation.
It's going to be Newbecker to keep it himself. He's going to take the drop snap, and he's going to be brought down at about the 3-yard line for no gain.
Yeah, another great stop by Linden's defensive line.
So 2nd and goal there. They brought Brogan Parks in. See if they're going to run it up the middle. It's going to be another direct snap. They're going to fake the pitch to Scooter Polk. Caleb Newbecker makes a cut, and he's going to be brought down at the 4-yard line. Looked like he might break loose, but Linden made sure he didn't get into the end zone. It's going to bring up 3rd down and goal now from the 4-yard line.
Yeah, that's a great play call by Mount Pleasant. Just unfortunately couldn't get it. You know, Caleb Newbecker, they faked that reverse to Stuart Polk, and it was right there, just missed it. And now it's 3rd and goal for the Oilers.
And it looks like they brought in some more of their wide receivers again. They just brought back in Aiden Klein and Carter Dole as well as Scooter Polk. So we'll see if they take a shot to the air here. Broichuk throwing. It's caught. It's Aiden Klein. And it's a touchdown for the Oilers. And they take a 6-0 lead.
That's a nice slant route by Aiden Klein. And Logan Broichuk gets it right to Klein for an easy touchdown.
Still at 3:09 to go here in the first quarter. The Oilers take a 6-0 lead.
And Brent, not the prettiest drive, but if you're Mount Pleasant, you'll take what you get.
Certainly wasn't a great start to the game for either teams, but the Oilers found the end zone first. And the extra point is no good. Looked like it might have been tipped. And we're going to head to a quick break. It's 6-0 Mount Pleasant. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. The Oilers have a 6-0 advantage with 3:09 here to go in the first quarter. A long touchdown drive that started on their own 15-yard line, and they're getting ready to kick it away to the Eagles. Connor.
Sorry. Let's see if Linden's offense can really dip out into this game with a big drive on offense. I wouldn't be shocked to see him go to Bush or Sod.
Connor McBride there to take the kick, former soccer player. It's a low kick, and it's going to be fielded and brought back out to about the 36-yard line. And that's where Linden will start their drive to maybe answer the Oiler touchdown with one of their own.
Picks it up at the 25, gets it out to about the 36-yard line for an 11-yard return. And Rubio on the tackle, number 42.
Jonathan Rubio made the tackle there.
For the Eagles from their own 36-yard line.
So Bush is back in the shotgun there here on first down. They send a man in motion. They're going to hand it off up the middle. He's going to be hit by that Oiler defensive front and power his way forward for a gain of looks like about 4 yards there on first down. And I think that was Bryce Luke, the senior running back.
Bryce Luke, number 25, picks up about 4.
That wouldn't be a big shot. If you see Linden get a little more conservative on play calling, what I mean by that is I wouldn't be shocked to see him just grind it out 5, 6 yards every carry and not just get impatient.
They send another man in motion to Eluk again on the carry. He's going to break one tackle, and it looks like he might have the first down. Depends on the spot, but nevertheless, another good gain there.
You're seeing that motion by Linden trying to catch. Mount Pleasant looking at something that doesn't really matter. It's called window dressing. But yeah, great play by Linden with Bryce Ulick with that run. Just 3rd and short.
So a big 3rd down here for the Eagles. Oilers trying to get off the field. But with the way Ulick has been running, maybe they'll give it back to him for the first down. Oh, the ball's on the ground! The Eagles fall on it, but a scary play there from Linden. The mishandled handoff, and Brogan Parks almost got there, but the Oilers probably will get the ball back off the punt.
A real backbreaker for Linden's drive. Really close from getting a first down, but fumbles it. Now they have to punt and give it back to Mount Pleasant.
Boy, that was a really scary play if you're Linden. Scooter Polk is going to be back to return it again for the Oilers. Both quarterbacks doing the punting here tonight. Bush is going to get ready to kick it away. Tell you what, the Oilers were really close to getting to that punter again. Scooter Polk's going to make a cut, and he's going to have a pretty good return again here. Out across the 50, stays in bounds, and finally pushed out. Looks like just shy of midfield, but a great return there from Scooter Polk.
Another big play by Scooter Polk.
Tell you what, you give him a little bit of room, and he could take it to the house, and great return there.
I think it stands out most about Scooters. He's hard to bring down.
Now the Oilers coming back out. Less than a minute to go here in the first quarter. They marched right down the field on their last drive. See if they'll do the same thing here again. Brogan Parks in. It's going to be a quarterback keeper there for Borodachuk. Looks like about a 2, maybe 3-yard gain. They'll give him 2.
Yeah, it seems like Coach Mann is trying to go back to the old reliable quarterback sneak, and I thought I saw the hole too, but it was blown up by Linden.
Tell you what, the one thing that Linden has been solid on tonight has been their defensive line, but the couple times the Oilers have gone to the air, they've really had success there. See what the Oilers do here if they try and run a play or just go to the end of the first quarter. Clock down to about 10 seconds. Coming to the line of scrimmage pretty quickly. Looks like they're going to try and run a play. So we hand off for Rubio. He's going to break one tackle. Jonathan Rubio brought down at the 35-yard line. A nice scamper there to end the first quarter. And the Oilers have a first down to the 35-yard line.
Another big play by Mount Pleasant's offense. That's really been the key to these drives.
And as the teams take a break, we're going to take that break with them, and we'll be back with more action right after this. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. The Oilers are going to start the second quarter with a 6-0 lead, and in Linden territory, it's going to be Newbecker in the backfield with Logan Borodachuk. It's going to be a direct snap to Newbecker. Newbecker up the middle, down to about the 30-yard line. There's a gain of 5 for Caleb Newbecker. It's going up 2nd and 5.
You see that direct snap right to Newbecker. Mount Pleasant has really been able to do that a lot this year with that trickery.
Tackled by Jack Montonio, number 52, Reese Jack Montonio.
So in Linden territory now for the second time tonight. It's going to be Newbecker in the backfield again with Logan Borodachuk. It's going to be another direct snap. It's a high snap. Newbecker corrals it, keeps the feet churning down to about the 32-yard line. And that's going to bring up 3rd and looks like about 3 they're going to give him.
Looks like Newbecker was trying to bounce outside but couldn't. You know, another great play by Linden's defensive line.
Kind of interesting that we haven't seen Max Humphrey in the game tonight. But as we said earlier, Newbecker and Rubio have really done a nice job here to start the game running the football.
See Mount Pleasant going with the hard count. Now they're going to change the play.
It's going to be another direct snap to Newbecker, and it looks like he will have the first down. Looks like about a 3-yard gain, and it's going to be a Mount Pleasant first down.
You're starting to see Mount Pleasant grind it out more, you know, 3-4 yards every carry, besides having to pass it, you know, to Polk and all that other stuff, you know, and that's what Coach Mag really likes to do. He's not afraid to have a 3-4 yard gain every play.
It's been a really good night to start the night for Newbecker. Through the first 6 carries, he's averaging 5 yards a play on the ground. So 1st and 10 from the 25. Borodachuk looks to the air, fires. He's got Polk. Oh, it's broken up at the last second. Nice play there on the edge. It was Ethan Gomez, senior defensive back out there. Made sure Scooter Polk couldn't bring that pass in to bring up 1st and goal.
It looks like Coach Matt thought that might have been a PI by Linden, but it wasn't. Yeah, let's see how Mount Pleasant's receivers step up versus, you know, a lot of man coverage you're going to see with this Linden defense.
It's going to be a fake handoff. They go to Aiken Klein on the screen pass, and he's hit. Ooh, big hit delivered there. There's number 25 there on the tackle for Linden. It was Bryce Eluk. And now it's going up 3rd and about 8.
I wouldn't be a bit shocked if you see Mount Pleasant go back to Scooter Polk.
I would not be either. He had a big 3rd down conversion earlier in the game. So we'll see what they do here. 3rd and 8 from the Linden 23. Borodachuk rolling to his right. Looking, defense coming. Pass is bad down, dangerous play as Borodachuk is thrown to the ground. Dangerous play there, though it was almost picked off. But now it's going to bring up 4th and 8. It's now a decision here from Coach Mack as to whether to kick the field goal or go for it.
You know, you saw some pretty good coverage by Linden's defense. You know, I thought maybe Borodachuk could have thrown it, but it's a lot different, you know, when you're running with the ball and someone's in your face.
Looks like they're going to go for it here. Looks like they might be trying to draw him off sides, but we'll see what they do.
Timeout.
And Mount Pleasant's going to take a timeout. We're going to take that timeout with them, and we'll be back with more action after this. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. The Oilers are faced with a 4th and 8 from the Linden 23-yard line. They have a 6-0 lead a little ways into the second quarter. We'll see what they do here, trying to get the first down. Borodachuk looking to the air, over the middle, and it's picked off! Going the other way for the Eagles, down the far sideline. It's number 25, Bryce Eluk. Brought down at the 45-yard line. A big play there from the Eagles, and not what the Oilers wanted.
Yeah, what I saw there was Logan Broach. I was trying to get Stuart pulled, but it was covered by number 25, Bryce Eluk, and, just unfortunate mistake. And now that breathes new life for Linden's offense.
And really, that's really been the only thing to cheer about so far for the Linden fans there on the far side of the field. And now, good field position, see what they can do with it. See what Michael Bush, their quarterback, and this Linden offense can do. And it looks like there's a penalty. It's going to back it up.
It goes against the Eagles. So it's blocked in the back, I think.
I do believe you are right. So as opposed to being up near midfield, looks like it's going to be from the 31-yard line. Nevertheless, it is Linden ball. Bush is going to hand it off up the middle, trying to break a tackle, not able to with Bryce Eluk, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
And what you're also going to see a lot from this Linden offense, from what I've watched on film, is you're going to see a lot of outside running, trying to get outside, bounce outside, and make big plays with their speedy backs.
Pretty good crowd on hand tonight. Final regular season game here in Mount Pleasant as it's Eluk again on the carry. Dives forward for a gain of looks like about 3, maybe 4. And it's going to bring up 3rd and about 4. And we had mentioned the pretty good crowd. Oilers student section decked out in pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And as we had mentioned, pretty good crowd on the Oilers side as well. Pretty good showing for Linden despite the long drive.
Yeah, it's interesting. You got two teams. Both of these games are out-of-conference games for both teams, so it really doesn't matter who wins this game when it comes to league play. So it's really, what is there to lose?
Pressure up the middle from Castellon. Bush is going to break a tackle, and he's going to be in to Oiler territory down to the 48-yard line. A big third down conversion there from the Eagles, and they'll have it 1st and 10.
That's a nice quarterback keeper by Michael Bush. They just get it for a nice first down. It looks like Mount Pleasant was blitzing. Castellon just missed him.
So 1st and 10 in Oiler territory for the Eagles on the 47-yard line. Bush has Eluk in the backfield with him. It's going to be a handoff. Number 11, Ethan Gomez, around the edge. Big hit delivered by Polk. He's still going. Down to the 24-yard line. A big run there. A ton of yards after contact there from Gomez. And it's going to be another Linden first down.
Just like you saw right there, when Linden gets space, those playmakers, they can turn on the jets and go, and it's hard to catch them.
Well, in Gomez, it looked like a pretty big hit was delivered there by Scooter Polk, and he just kept those legs churning for more yards. So first major drive that the Eagles have put together so far is Eluk up the middle, breaks a tackle, inside the 5, touchdown Eagles.
Right up the center of Mount Pleasant's D-line, just runs right through there, sees the hole, takes it for a touchdown. That's a nice play by Eluk.
And I would say that's probably been the strength so far for the Eagles, has been their running game. And so the Oilers, if they want to win this game, they're going to have to find a way to stop that.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see Coach Van Norman, talk to his players, make some switches at halftime to try to stop that.
Olivia Burke on to take the extra point here for the Eagles. Senior kicker. Kick is up, and that is a good kick. And the Eagles leave it 7-6. We're going to break. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. The Eagles turned an interception into a touchdown, and they lead it 7-6 now. Bush's kick is going to spiral out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. The Oilers will start at the 35.
Yeah, when you talk about that last drive, that's a big confidence booster for Linden. They're back into this game, actually are leading just by one. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see that missed extra point by Mount Pleasant to be the difference in this game.
I was just going to say the same thing. Big rivalry games going on tonight in the Valley Blue. Midland Dow going head-to-head at Midland Community Stadium. That game's still tied. Traverse City Central, Traverse City West, way up in Traverse City is also happening tonight, as well as Bay City Western, Bay City Central.
It's another big game that's in our conference. Two of the better teams in the whole entire state is Lapeer and Davison.
That would definitely be a big one in terms of playoff implications as well. Rubio up the middle, big gain for Jonathan Rubio. Looks like they're going to give him 8 or 9 yards. And we'll have to see what the Oilers do here on offense to answer that Linden touchdown.
Number 97. 2nd and 2 coming up for the Oilers.
Now you're seeing Matt Humphrey get back into the game.
I think this is the first time we have seen him tonight, so we'll see what he does here on offense.
And now they're using, it looks like they're trying to use Humphrey as a receiver.
Wouldn't be surprised if they took a shot to the air for him. Shot down the field, it's caught by Humphrey, his first play in the game. He's going to take it to the house on senior night. Touchdown, Mount Pleasant.
If you're even, I'm leaving. I saw it right there. Get the mismatch, get it to your best wide receiver, and for an easy touchdown.
And that was the spark this Oiler offense needed. Second play of the drive. Mount Pleasant leads it 12-7. And that's what we've really seen all year from them. They've been a really quick team to score. We've seen, I remember that Midland game, they had several drives, 30 seconds, 28 seconds, minute, all touchdowns. Been a really quick striking team, and this has been that drive was very characteristic of what we've seen from them.
Yeah, and what a play call by Coach Mack. He's great at getting it into his players' hands and getting it to the best players' hands. Motions out, doesn't motion out, but puts Matt Humphrey one-on-one in man coverage, sees a mismatch. Loden Broach has a great over-the-shoulder throw for an easy touchdown.
The Oilers take a 13-7 lead. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. The Oilers took 2 plays to score a touchdown, and now Connor McBride getting ready to kick it away. Hutchins made that extra point after missing the first one, and now we'll see what Linden does to respond to that very quick strike from the Oiler offense.
And let's see how Mount Pleasant's defensive line steps up and tries to stop the run on this drive.
Pretty good kick there. Good return there from Ethan Gomez. Down the near sideline, pushed out of bounds at the 36, and that's where Linden will start on offense. Looked like it was Aiden Klein who pushed him out.
You know, some good starting field position for the Eagles. I wouldn't be a bit shocked to see them hand the ball off to Ewitt. You know, he's been really big in this game for getting a lot of big gains and that last touchdown that they scored on.
So I was wrong on who got the tackle. It was Logan Zenenberg. He led the defense last week with 12 tackles in that big win over Midland Dow. And another tackle there. So Bush coming back onto the field. He's alone in the backfield. See if they take a shot to the air here. They're going to motion Gomez. They're going to fake the handoff to Gomez, and Bush is going to take it up the middle. They're going to hit Banaski, who eventually brought him to the ground. That's going to be a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, big gaping hole left by Linden's O-line. You know, did it for a nice, easy run for Michael Bush.
For the Eagles.
5:18 to go here in the first half between Mount Pleasant and Linden. Only their second meeting all time. Linden has it on the 42-yard line. Bush is going to hand it off again to Gomez. He's going to break one tackle. Bouncing to the outside. He's got the first time before being thrown to the ground. Logan Zenenberg threw him to the ground. Another tackle there from number 9. But nevertheless, it's a Linden first down.
You know, what's really surprised me is how hard it is to bring down Linden's ball carriers. You know, it's not just takes one tackle. It takes more than one tackle to bring these running backs and receivers down.
Bush is alone in the backfield here. They motion a man again. It's Eluck. It's going to be a quarterback keeper for Bush. There's a flag on the play, but Bush is loose inside the 40. He's brought down at the 35, but we'll have to check the penalty. While they sort the penalty out, I'd like to remind you that tonight's game is being brought to you for the final time this season on YouTube by the school broadcasting program here at Mount Pleasant. Starting up in the booth, we got Alex Nicholas running a camera, Jaden Rule running the switcher board. You got digital media teacher Pat Onstadt running camera as well as overseeing all the things. And then we have Jack Irvin back up in the booth, college student. And I'm Brenton Scobie doing your play-by-play.
And what's like that penalty was a legal shift. I think it might have been, it was number 25, I think. That might have been Bryce Ewick. That was, you know, must have not been allowed a motion like that.
It's going to back it up. It's going to be 1st and 15. Bush is alone in the backfield again. They motion Eluck in again. It's going to be another quarterback keeper trying to push the pile. Still going and brought down after a gain of about 7 yards. We're at 2nd and 8.
Looks like that might have been the same play that Linden just ran with Eluck motioning in as an extra blocker for Michael Bush. Like I said, you know, you really don't want to see a team that wants to control the line of scrimmage. That's what Linden's been doing a pretty good job of right now on this drive.
Kind of interesting you would go back to the same play that just got you penalized, but it worked for 7 yards, and now it's 2nd and 7.
Got another empty look by the Eagles.
Bush looking to the air, fires deep over the middle. It's caught by Eluck. Inside the 10. Blake Moore can't bring him down. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles.
That's a nice play by Bush. Gets it right to Eluck. Great throw. Takes it to the house for a touchdown.
2 quick strikes from these offenses. I believe that's 2 touchdowns in about a minute and a half of time. And it's 13-13 with the extra point coming. On for the extra point, it's Michael Bush, the quarterback. That first one was a really strong kick.
Number 52, Reese
looking to convert again here.
is snapping. Montgomery Keener is holding, and number 5, Michael Bush, will be attempting the point after.
Kick is up, and that is another strong boot, and it's good, and the Eagles lead at 14-13. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. A quick strike there from Linden, and now they lead it again 14-13.
I wouldn't be shy to see Mount Pleasant try to grind it out a little bit on offense. Just enough time to do it too. You got 3:34, so a nice long drive in a way. So I wouldn't be shy to see Coach Matt wanting to do that.
Kind of interesting. First play that Max Humphrey's in the game. They take a shot to the air with him. He's been their starting running back all year. Great return. Not a lot of yards there from Scooter Polk, but it's going to get him out to about the 28-yard line. And that's where Mount Pleasant will start their drive with 3:29 to go before the half.
First and 10 for the Oilers on their own 28-yard line.
Oilers have 2 timeouts left if they want to use them. See if the Oilers continue to stick with what's been working on the ground so far with Rubio and Newbecker if they take a shot to the air here. Looks like it's Newbecker in the backfield with Brodychuk here to start the drive. It's going to be a handoff to Newbecker up the middle, and it's going to be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Looks like a gain of about 5.
Newbecker gets the call. Out to about the 33, 5 yards on the pickup. Second down and 5.
Second and 5.
Tackled by Keener, number 97.
Oilers bring on a couple more wide receivers here, see if they take a look to the air. Brodychuk is going to hand it off to Scooter Polk. He's going to make a cut, and he's going to be leveled at the 37-yard line. Going to be a pickup of about 3. Going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Yeah, nice 3rd and short for Mount Pleasant. That's what you kind of want. A nice short yardage gain, but now you got an easy 3rd and 2 to make. And let's see what Mount Pleasant will go with.
I know their last 3rd down didn't really go how they wanted to. They threw an interception. So we'll see what happens here. It's going to be a quarterback keeper for Brodychuk, fighting his way to the line. I don't think he got there.
It's real short. It's really close.
We'll have to check the spot. If he's not there, it's going to be about 4th and about maybe 2 inches. They're going to have to take a timeout to measure here.
Official timeout.
Official timeout for a measurement.
Let's see what it is.
It's giving measurement, so we want to get the football, okay, and the referees, because they're gonna come, because it's so close, they don't know if you got the first time.
So they're going to bring the chains in. If he's not there, it's going to bring up 4th and really short, and the Oilers will probably go for it. But here we go.
This is big.
This would be a really big 3rd down stand here for the Eagles. All right, here it is. He is short.
Yep.
There cannot be more than 5 inches between the nose of that football and the line to gain. So it's going to be 4th and 1 now for the Oilers. We'll see what they do here.
I always say this, you know it's short when the official puts up his hands like that to measure.
Very close there from Logan Barodachuk. Looks about the width of a line out there on the field, separating the Oilers from the first down. Looks like they're probably going to go for it here.
Yeah, I don't blame Coach Mack right here for wanting to punt it. You know, it's too close into the game right now to want to try, be risky. You gotta know your chances.
Although we have seen the Oilers pull some rabbits out of the hat so far this season. See if they go with a trick play here. Nope, Barodachuk's going to kick it away. It's going to be a high spiraling kick. It's muffed! Ball's on the turf. Who's going to get there first? It's a race. It looked like it was an eagle that fell on. There is a flag down. Boy, that was scary there from the Eagles.
Very lucky right there for Linden, almost a fumble. Luckily they got it. Let's see who the flag's on. I don't know. I see Coach Mack and Jackson Connors talking. So it could have been he ran into the punter before he had a chance to field it.
Officials still conversing out there. Here's the call. And it's going to be illegal touching. No, that's not what that is. Not quite sure what the penalty is so far, but it is on Linden, so it's going to back them up a little bit further.
You've seen a lot of penalties by Linden when they had a chance to get big plays. So, well, it's like they might be trying to see whose ball it is now. Yeah, so it's Mount Pleasant's ball now, I think. Wow, I was kind of confused at first.
We're going to look for that. We're going to have to figure out what that penalty was, but I think it might be Mount Pleasant football now.
Yeah, it seems like Mount Pleasant's offense is huddling.
Looks like a loss of down of some sort, but we're not quite sure. But nevertheless, it's going to be Mount Pleasant ball. Kind of a confusing turn of events there, but it's going to be Mount Pleasant ball with 1:39 to go here in the first half. See if the Oilers can capitalize on the big break they just got.
I was confused about that call too, but if you're Mount Pleasant, it doesn't matter. You got the ball back.
It's going to be a screen pass to Aiden Klein, thrown down at the 41-yard line. Pickup of about 6, maybe 7.
Starting to see Mount Pleasant being in a 2-minute mode with just 1:23 left on the clock.
Oilers have their 2 timeouts. It's going to be passed to the sideline to Scooter Polk. Maybe a yard there.
Barodachuk's pass completed to Polk for a yard gain. 33 coming up from Mount Pleasant.
And now it's going to be 3rd and 3.
And I'll say this, it's a 3rd and manageable, which is a lot better than a 3rd and 8 or a 3rd and 10.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here with the success they've had so far tonight from Newbecker. It's going to be a quarterback keeper from Barodachuk. He's going to be hit again. They're trying to take the football out of his hands. His forward progress is going to get him a first down. Looks like a 4-yard run there from Logan Barodachuk, and he moves the chains.
I'll say one thing about Logan Barodachuk that he brings to this offense is he's a physical runner. He's about 6'4", 6'5", so he's going to be hard to bring down than if you're a little bit shorter. So I think that's what is really nice about Logan Barodachuk. He can run it and he can throw the ball really well.
Timeout taken by Linden. We're going to take that timeout with them, and we'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. We're still not quite sure what that penalty is about. We think it might have been too many men on the field there from Linden, but it's going to be 1st and 10 Oilers. Minute to go in the first half. The Oilers have their 2 timeouts. Brochuk rolling, firing deep over the middle into double coverage, and he overthrows Aiden Klein. And it's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, I don't blame Logan Brochuk right there for wanting to take a shot because, you know, just about under a minute to go now in the first half. And, you know, no one else is really open, so he's, you know, why not take a shot?
Well, Aiden Klein had a monster game last week. Ton of catches, couple touchdowns. And he's pretty tall, so why not test the double coverage? Oilers have 4 wide receivers to the right, to the left. And Brochuk's going to take a timeout.
Timeout, Mount Pleasant.
We're going to take that timeout with him. Again, we'll be back after a short break. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. The Linden Eagles lead at 14-13 over the home team, the Mount Pleasant Oilers. 57.9 seconds left in the first half. Oilers looking to score a couple more points before the half, whether that be in the form of a field goal or a touchdown. The throw to Aiden Klein is caught down. Looks like it's about an 8-yard gain there. Clock running. Oilers have 1 timeout left.
And you saw that slant route just like Aiden Klein scored on last game. You know, gets it right to Klein for a nice short gain. Trying to see Mount Pleasant. You're seeing Mount Pleasant hurrying up. Just 32 seconds left.
3rd and 2. It's going to be caught for a first down by Scooter Polk and much more. Makes a cut down to the 13-yard line.
There's a flag.
There is a flag down. If it stands, it's a 13-yard gain for Scooter Polk through the air. We'll have to check, but this one might be coming back. That's a huge play for the Oilers offense. It's on Linden, so that's going to tack on a couple extra yards.
Yeah, I think that's a face mask penalty. So that's a big break for Mount Pleasant's offense.
So now the Oilers with a big chance. If they don't get into the end zone, they have that one time out. They can take the field goal and go into halftime with the lead. And now Linden's going to take a timeout. Several timeouts taken here in the last probably minute.
I think the reason why I took that timeout is they saw a one-on-one with Stuart Polk right there, so they said they don't probably want that.
With features on high school sports from around the state, weekly Coaches Association rankings, and coverage of MHS.
Oilers are second in Division III in terms of playoff points heading into tonight with 67.625, just behind Walled Lake Western. Linden, on the other hand, is 11th in playoff points in Division III. Coming into this game, Linden's 5-3, the Oilers 7-1, a clash of non-conference opponents. So it's 1st and goal from the 8-yard line here for the Oilers. Just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They bring in Max Humphrey. I believe this is only the second snap he's been in on today. And that one snap, caught a touchdown pass. So we'll see what they do here with number 10.
You got Polk one-on-one out to the right.
It's going to be a fake handoff. Logan rolling, looking to the pylon. He has to get rid of it. Throws into the end zone. There's a flag down, and the pass is incomplete.
Brotherchuck's pass incomplete, intended for Polk.
And there's a flag also.
Flag on the play.
I have to check the penalty, but that play did not work how the Oilers wanted it to. Polk just didn't have quite enough room for Logan to get the ball to him. Just 15 seconds left here in the first half. Oilers trying to get back into the end zone. And illegal participation against the Oilers.
Looks like that's illegal man downfield.
And now it's going to back the Oilers up, possibly out of field goal range.
Penalty against the Oilers.
We'll have to check, though, because Tyler Hutchins made a 33-yard field goal last week against Midland Dow. But from where the ball is currently, that's a 40-yard field goal. Humphreys in the backfield with Logan Borodachuk. Oilers still have that one timeout. Borodachuk looking down the sideline. Pass broken up. It was Ethan Gomez preventing Scooter Polk to get to the ball.
And what you saw right there was a fake screen. You saw one wide receivers come in, act like there's a screen, and you see Polk go out, try to catch the defense off guard, but just didn't work there. Great discipline by Linden secondary.
So 11.2 seconds left from the 23. Probably 2 plays left if you play it right. Oilers have a timeout, though, so it could be more. Humphrey is in the backfield with Borodachuk. He's rolling. Logan looks to the end zone. Scooter Polk's got it for the touchdown. What a play. 23 yards, and the Oilers have the lead.
What a play and what a throw by Logan Borodachuk. Rolls out, launches it on to Scooter route on that flag route, and he reels it in. What a catch.
So now the Oilers will see what they do here. They've already missed 1 extra point tonight. It looks like we're going to go for 2, possibly to go back up by 7.
Oilers will attempt a 2-point conversion.
See what they draw up here. This would be a big 2-pointer to get into the end zone for. 5 seconds to go in the first half.
Timeout by Linden.
And Linden's going to take the timeout. We're going to take the break with them, and we'll be back for the final 5 seconds of the first half right after this. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. The Oilers lead at 19-14 over the Linden Eagles. Scooter Polk caught the touchdown, and now the Oilers are going to attempt to go for 2, possibly go up by 7. It's going to be an end around. It's going to be a Scooter Polk throw. He's got Blake Moore, and it's 21-14. A little bit of trickery pulled out of the bag there from Coach McIntyre. I know we had called him in the first game of the year a magician over there with his play sheet. And now with 5 seconds to go in the first half, the Oilers lead it 21-14.
Just what I was about to say, I wouldn't be shocked to see Mount Pleasant run a trick play on a 2-point conversion. Great play call by Coach Mack.
That is a huge play. We've seen that missed extra point put them down by 1 point all night while Linden scored, and now they have that security of at least it'll be a tie game if they kick the extra point. So 5 seconds to go here in the first half. See what Linden does. They're going to get the ball to start the second half, so might be conservative here. But we'll have to see. There's always the potential for a kick return touchdown. We saw Scooter Polk, first game of the year, take one back to open the second half. It's going to be Connor McBride to kick it away here for the Oilers.
I wouldn't be shocked to see Mount Pleasant just whip kick it, just to try to chew a clock, get into halftime so you can get the adjustments in.
We've mentioned it already, but a pretty good crowd on hand tonight to witness the final home game of the regular season. Large student body out to support their classmates as well for the Oilers. It's going to be Connor McBride to kick it away. Kick's going to be fielded, and his knee was down. So with 3.3 seconds to go in the first half, Linden will have it on their own 17-yard line. That touchdown pass to Scooter Polk put him up to 80 yards so far on the night, and we're still in the first half. And you see a little bit of something different here on defense here for the Oilers. They have 5 guys out beyond the 40-yard line just as a preventative measure. 6 guys up there, and they're just going to take a knee. And that's going to send us to the halftime break. The Oilers lead at 21-14. We'll be back for the second half after the break. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. We're at the end of the halftime break. The Oilers lead at 21-14. Tyler Hutchins getting ready to kick it away to the Eagles. And the Oilers ended the first half with a great touchdown drive, great throw and catch from Scooter Polk and Logan Brochuk, and that's where we stand. Oilers lead at 21-14.
You know, what I want to see more out of Mount Pleasant is I think their defensive line, it needs to be more tighter. You know, they have to play gap sound because they've been giving up too many big runs. And also, I wouldn't be shocked to see them stick to their passing game. You know, it's been very beneficial in the first half.
And Gomez breaks free. I don't know how many tackles he broke on that play. It had to have been upwards of 5. But what a return there from Ethan Gomez. And now Linden's going to have pretty good field position. And Coach Mack shaking his head down there on the sideline.
First and 10 for the Eagles from their own 42-yard line.
Wow, that was interesting.
And if I was Linden, you know, what I want to see more from Linden is, you know, better pass coverage, you know, and also you got to try to pick your poison, you know. If you're Lee Studer one-on-one, you know, he's going to win a lot of the time, so you got to know when to play, smart football.
So Bush is in the backfield alone here. We've seen them motion guys in a lot, and they do just that here. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Bush up the middle, slam to the ground. That Oiler defensive front you just talked about, Jack, doing their job, making sure Bush couldn't get more than a yard. Kenny Wemigwan's on the tackle. He's a senior.
That's what I like to see. You know, their defensive line, Mount Pleasant's wanting it bad. You know, they took that personally, and they want to try to dominate in the second half.
And Wemigwan's was the one that made the tackle, but the guys who blew it up front, guys like Grant Stahl, A.J. Dennis, those guys really blew that play up. Made sure Bush couldn't get very much.
You got that motion with Ewick as an extra blocker. And Mount Pleasant does a great job of snuffing that out.
Tell you what, you said you wanted to see the defensive line step up here to start the second half. I think they've done just that. So 3rd and 9 here for the Eagles on their own 43-yard line. They trailed by a touchdown. Bush drops back, pressure comes, Castellon's there. The throw is out of bounds. A lot of pressure up the middle there from Marcus Castellon, and it's going to be 4th and 9. We'll have to see what Linden does here, but probably a good punting situation.
You see, Mount Pleasant dial up that blitz of Castellon, you know, got to the quarterback, made him throw it away, and that's a win for Mount Pleasant on defense.
And it looks like they're going to kick it away. Austin Alphin getting ready to punt it away, taking over the punting duties from Michael Bush. Polk's going to be back to return. Scooter Polk's had a couple of good returns tonight. See if he can break loose and take one to the house here. Oh, Castellon almost got a finger on that punt. Scooter Polk has some room up the near sideline, trying to get to the edge, out across the 40 to about the 48, and that's where the Oilers will start on offense.
You know what I love to see right there was number 24, Grant Stahl, doing a great effort block for Scooter Polk.
Grant Stahl is one of the seniors on this Oiler roster. They were honored pregame. Those are guys like Scooter Polk, Griffin Phillips, Aiden Klein, Max Humphrey, Jack Connors, Blake Moore, Connor McBride, Grant Stahl, Caden Banaski, as well as Bailey Recker and Kenny Wemigwans. All those guys stepping up tonight. And all those guys want to get a win in their final home game. A little bit of confusion here from the Oilers, and Coach Mack's going to have to take a timeout.
Yeah, he looks really upset.
They're going to take that timeout. We're going to take that timeout with them. We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. Oilers took a timeout, talked things over, and now they're back out on the field on their own 48-yard line with a 21-14 lead. 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It's going to be a handoff to Newbecker. He's had a pretty good night so far.
Newbecker with the call to the
Looks like he got about 3 yards there.
on the play. I think the 49 of Linden.
Like I say again, it's been really tough for Mount Pleasant to try to run in between the tackles. And what I mean by that is run up the middle. It's been, I'll give Linden a lot of credit. Their D lines really came up and made a lot of great plays, and it has really filled those holes.
So 2nd and 7 now for the Oilers in Linden territory. See, they brought in Cal Kowalik as a lead blocker for Newbecker. Newbecker's got a little bit more space, but not much going again. Looks like maybe a yard or 2 there on the carry. That looks like they're going to give him 1.
Jumped up by Jack Antonio.
Jack Antonio on the tackle. And so now it's going to be on 3rd and 6.
Yeah, you're seeing Klein and Blake Morris trying to go into the game, with also with Carter Dole, getting to their lighter personnel to throw the ball.
And the Oilers have had some pretty good success tonight throwing the ball. I mean, Scooter Polk is over 80 yards receiving with a touchdown. See what they do here on 3rd and 6. Broachuk has to scramble. He still gets the pass away, and it was almost caught by Aiden Klein. Almost made something out of nothing there. But it's going to bring up 4th and 6, and now a decision for the Oilers as to whether they should punt it away or play the field position game or to go for it and get the first down.
And you saw that same play by Aiden Klein, that nice slant route, and cuts it right into the seam, but it was snuffed out by Linden. It just didn't work.
So Broachuk looks like he's going to punt it away now for the Oilers.
And also, I'll say another thing is, Broachuk couldn't really do anything. Also, he didn't have a lot of time because he had, someone running right at his face about to sack him.
Low snap is handled by Broachuk. It's a good kick, and it's going to bounce into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback. Smart decision there from Ethan Gomez to let go over his head.
From their own 20-yard line.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 Linden from the 20-yard line with 8:35 to go here in the third quarter, trailing by 7. So here come the Eagles on offense, getting ready to start their second drive of the half.
Now let's see Linden get back into this game on offense. Let's see him get a big drive.
Bush has Ulick in the backfield with him. It's going to be a handoff. Stumbled slightly there at the beginning. Gets about 3 yards before finally being brought down by a duo of Oilers in Caden Banaski and Scooter Polk.
And that's just great pursuit by Mount Pleasant. Humphrey makes the first contact, and then 25, Caden Banaski comes in and cleans it up.
So 2nd and 8 here for the Eagles on the 22-yard line. Clock under 8 minutes in the third quarter. The Eagles trail by 7. Gomez on the end around. There's a flag down, and he is swarmed by that Mount Pleasant defensive front. Saw Humphreys out there, but there's a flag, so we'll have to check that.
I'll say this, though, great pursuit and great play by Caden Banaski. Makes first contact, slows him up, then Humphreys comes in and gets the tackle.
Shot block there on the Eagles, and it's going to back the Eagles up.
Yeah, that's going to back them up even more.
I believe, if my math is correct, that's going to bring up at least 2nd and 18, if not even more.
You know, it's really hurt, you know, Linden, in my opinion, is just when they get a good play or, you know, have somewhat of a good sign on offense, it's been those penalties that have really been killing them.
So from the 12-yard line, like it is going to bring up 2nd and 22 for the Eagles. So behind the chains on 2nd and down. Bush looks to throw. Pressure comes. He's going to get it to Gomez on the edge. Brought down out of bounds by Blake Moore. And it's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Now you're seeing Linden behind the sticks here. You know, 3rd and more than 10, in my opinion. You know, I wouldn't be afraid to see them take a shot.
So it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 15. See what the Eagles dial up here. So Bush is alone in the backfield. He's got 5 receivers. Bush looking to the edge. Great pursuit there from Humphrey. Oh, he broke the tackle.
Great gain tackling by Mount Pleasant.
Looked like it was the tight end Connor Brown there on the catch, but still good pursuit there from the Oilers, and it's going to be at 4th and long. And now a really good opportunity here for Scooter Polk to get the Oilers good starting field position. He's lined up basically on midfield.
And what I've been seeing a lot of by Mount Pleasant's punt team is they're really close from blocking this punt. Let's see if they can get it.
Tell you what, that'd be a huge momentum swing for the Oilers. High snap. Castellon really close again, and it's going to take an Oiler bounce and roll back into Linden territory, and it's going to be down, looks like at about the 37-yard line, and that's where Mount Pleasant will start on offense. So 6:40 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Mount Pleasant's going to have the ball in Linden territory from the 37 with a 21-14 lead. Oilers trying to extend a 7-point lead. It's going to be another handoff to Newbecker, trying to follow his blocks, trying to cut it back, and barely getting back to the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah, another great play by Linden's defensive line. You know, sees that outside run, you know, pursues to it, you know, spills it, makes it not a good play.
Second and 10 here for the Oilers. Clock down to about 6 minutes, halfway through this 3rd quarter. Really hasn't been much offense here to speak of. Logan Brodychuk rolling, firing sidelines, caught by Scooter Polk. And he's going to tiptoe out of bounds inside the 40, add 13 more yards, and it's an Oiler first down.
Another great throw by Logan Brodychuk to get it to Scooter Polk on that out route. You know, every time it seems like Scooter is running those out routes, he's open.
From the Eagle 25-yard line.
So 1st and 10 here from Mount Pleasant. Newbecker is in the backfield with Brodychuk. They're going to fake the handoff to Scooter Polk. It's going to be Brodychuk on the keeper. Breaks a tackle. Still going. Logan Brodychuk takes it to the house. A 25-yard scamper. And Logan Brodychuk is giving the Oilers a 13-point lead.
What a great play call by Coach Matt. Runs that jet sweep, fakes it, and gets it to Logan Brodychuk for a nice quarterback keeper and a touchdown.
Logan did a nice job there. Looked like he got hit right at about the line of scrimmage, but kept those legs churning to get into the end zone. And now the Oilers adding a little bit more margin between them and the Eagles. Extra point is up and good, and the Oilers lead at 28-14. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. The Oilers getting ready to kick it away to the Eagles with a 28-14 lead. Hutchins's kick drives Gomez back inside his own 5. Big block there is going to let Gomez out across the 30, out to the 40-yard line. That's a great return there. He's shown great speed on his returns all night long. Close to springing there.
Yeah, those last two returns by number 11, Ethan Gomez, have been really big for Linden.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Tell you what, it's been a beautiful night for football here in Mount Pleasant. Great high temperatures, really warm, great fall colors here around Mount Pleasant, and a great crowd to take in some great Oiler football. It's going to be Bush to keep it himself down the far side, trying to get to the far sideline. He'll get about 2 yards there on that carry.
Yeah, nice little quarterback run by Bush, to get a nice little 3-4 yard gain. But that's what you want for Linden. You can't get impatient. It's all right if you get 5 to 6 yards at every play.
All right, 2nd and 7 here for Linden from the 43-yard line. They trail by 2 scores. Trying to climb back into this one. It's going to be a handoff to Gomez. He's got a little bit of room. Breaks 1 tackle and is inside Oiler territory.
For about 7 yards and an Eagle first down.
It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line here for Linden. Blake Moore made the tackle there for the Oilers.
I'll say one thing about Ethan Gomez. His speed is very impressive. Every time he gets the ball, he's turning it up and making some big plays.
I mean, we said this about Max Humphrey earlier in the year, and it's probably about the same with Alex Gomez. Every time he touches the ball, he has a chance to take that to the house. It's a bad snap. It's corralled by Bush. He's trying to make something out of it, and nothing going. Brought down by Castellon, and looks like number 9, Logan Zenneberg, in the backfield for a loss of about 7 there. It's going up 2nd and 17.
Yeah, it's another break for Mount Pleasant's defense. Cap took advantage of that bad snap for a nice big loss. Now you're seeing a 3rd and country mile for Linden.
So 2nd and 19, I believe, for Linden here from their own 44-yard line. Bush has Ulick in the backfield with him. It's going to be Bush looking to the air, firing deep over the middle, into triple coverage, almost picked off there by Aiden Klein. But it's going to be up 3rd and long for the Eagles. And now a big 3rd down for the Eagles, trying to answer the Oiler touchdown.
3rd down and 17 for the Eagles.
3rd and 17 from the 44-yard line. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Oilers have a 28-14 advantage over the Linden Eagles. Final week of the regular season here of MHSA football. Oilers looking to end the season with 8 wins. Bush drops back, fires to the sideline. It's caught. Oh, no, he dropped it. He had it in his grasp. It was Austin Alphen. Tough break there for the Eagles. Looked like they might be able to get it to 4th and manageable and maybe go for it. But the drop is going to make it 4th and 17 and probably a punting situation now.
Another big break for Mount Pleasant's defense. You know, if Austin Afflin would have caught that, you know, that would have been a lot more of a 4th and manageable. You know, they probably would have gone for that, in my opinion.
Bush back to punt it away. Max Humphrey almost got there that time. The Oilers have had tremendous pressure on the Linden punter tonight. And a scary situation there from Scooter Polk. And now there's a flag down. Came in late here on the near sideline. Caden Banaski and Daquan Lane were going at it. Right over, basically on the number 30. Have to check the penalty.
Could be a personal foul.
And it looks like it's going to be holding against the Oilers, which will back them up. So 3:15 to go here in the third quarter. It's going to be holding against Mount Pleasant, which will back them up. But nevertheless, it's Mount Pleasant football. And I think since we talked about it, Mount Pleasant's defensive line has really stepped up, and they've really done really well on offense throwing the ball.
Ball's going to be placed at the 8-yard line for Mount Pleasant. 1st and 10.
So from the 8-yard line, it's going to be 1st and 10 Mount Pleasant. Newbecker on the carry, and he is hit in the backfield. Loss of about a yard. It's going up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, there's not a lot of push on that Mount Pleasant offensive line, it seems like, in this game. I'm going to be a bit shy after Coach Madge is upset.
Tackled by Antonio, number 52. 2nd down and 11 yards to go for the Oilers.
Oilers backed up deep in their own territory with a 14-point advantage. Borodachuk and Newbecker in the backfield this time. And timeout called. Mount Pleasant's going to take it. We're going to take that timeout with them, and we'll be back after a short break. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. The Oilers lead at 28-14 over the visiting Linden Eagles, but they're backed up onto their own 6 with a 2nd and 11.
Let's see if Mount Pleasant takes a shot.
Borodachuk is going to look down the sideline for Aiden Klein. And a flag comes out. Looked like there was pass interference, and they're going to get, looks like it's number 7, Bryson Phillips there from the Eagles, and the Oilers going to get a break and a 1st down.
Yeah, it looks like Mount Pleasant trying to take a shot on that fade route with Aiden Klein and, got the penalty. And if it's PI, that's 15 yards.
Pass interference against the Eagles.
So it's going to be first down, Mount Pleasant. Good, tough break there for Linden. Had the Oilers backed up deep, and now costly mistake. It's going to give the Oilers a first down.
Penalty, takes it out to the 22
2 minutes and 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Now the Oilers will have it on the 22-yard line. Rochuk's going to hand it off to Newbecker. Looked like about 3 yards there on the carry for Caleb Newbecker.
It seems like Coach Matt right now, he's trying to grind it out with that running game. No, he's fine if he gets 4 yards of carry.
4 yards on the play, 2nd and 6 coming up. Make it 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
I want to be a bit shot to see him try to run, and set up the play action pass for either Polk or Klein.
They've had tremendous success tonight, both of those guys scoring touchdowns. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Newbecker. Oh, he lost the football. Who's going to get it? It's still loose. And I think Linden might be on top of it. It's Eagles football. Oh, that's tough for Caleb Newbecker. He had the first down, and he lost the football. And now Linden's going to get it back with good field position.
That's a huge energy booster for Linden. They're going to get back into this game in Mount Pleasant's territory, basically. But let's see the resilient Mount Pleasant defense step up.
Tell you what, Coach Mack down on that sideline does not look happy with what is happening right now. Ulick is in the backfield with Bush. See what they can do off the turnover. Bush drops back, looking over the middle. It's caught. Gomez down to the 16-yard line. They've gone to that play a couple times tonight, and the speed of Gomez, it's going to get Linden a first down into the red zone.
Yeah, you see Ethan Gomez go right at the seam. Bush puts it right on the money for a great throw. Another big play for Linden.
Linden ball on the 17-yard line in the red zone. Ulick is in the backfield again. It's time they'll hand it to Ulick up the middle, breaking tackles, pushing his way. Looks like about 5 yards there. Down to about the 12. 2nd and 6 now for Mount Pleasant. For Linden.
Yeah, Linden's now starting to get back into this game. You can tell their last 2 plays have been bait, and they're starting to gain some more yards.
Under a minute here in the third quarter. Oilers lead it by 14. Oiler crowd starting to get loud. Bush, it's another handoff. Ulick trying to bounce it outside. He is met by that defensive front. Caden Banaski got there to bring him down. And now third down coming up here for the Eagles. And that might take us to the fourth quarter. There's still 20 seconds, so we'll see if Linden will run a play or if they'll just let the clock run out.
And if you're Mount Pleasant, you got to preach to them. You got to gain tackle as much as you can, because number 25, Bryce Ulich, he's a hard guy to bring down, and that's what you saw on that last play.
All right, 4 seconds. We'll see what Linden does here. And looks like the clock is just going to run out. There is a little bit of confusion because the clock has stopped. There is a malfunctioning going on with the scoreboard clock here at Community Memorial Stadium. So we'll have to see what the official says. There were 41 tenths of a second left when the clock stopped.
The end of the third quarter.
Well, it looks like that's just going to take us to the end of the third quarter. And it's going to be Linden's third and goal. But kind of an interesting situation there with the clock malfunctioning. We're going to take a quick break while the teams switch ends. We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. Oiler crowd starting to get loud now. It's 3rd and goal for Linden from the 4-yard line here to start the 4th quarter. Oilers with a 14-0 advantage, but the Eagles looking to cut that in half.
This is a big play for Linden. 3rd and 4, almost into the red zone here. If they get a score here, it really flips the momentum.
All right, here we go. This might be the loudest this crowd has been all night, urging their team to get a stop on D. And the ball's on the turf. Ulick trying to bounce it outside. He's going to break a tackle. And he was hit and brought down at the line of scrimmage. Crazy turn of events there. And now it's going to bring up 4th down. And now a decision here for Linden as to whether to go for it or to kick the field goal. I don't know, Jack. What do you do here?
If I was Coach Williams, it depends how I feel about my field goal kicker. If I think Bush can do it, I would say yes, send him out there. But you gotta be thinking, how has that been? They haven't had a field goal yet attempted, but it's not a bad idea for him going for it.
Well, it does not appear they're going to kick the field goal. It's 4th and 6. Community Memorial Stadium on their feet and loud. Fake handoff, throw, it's too high, it's incomplete, and it's a turnover on downs, giving the ball back to the Oilers.
Big stop for Mount Pleasant on defense. Now he gets the ball back. Let's see if they go out and score.
Big defensive stand. We had talked about at the halftime break, Mount Pleasant's defensive line needed to step up. I think they did in a big way on that drive. Tell you what, I think that is the loudest this crowd has been all night. Pretty good number of Oiler faithful out here tonight in the Oiler student section, decked out in pink. Always a large number of students coming out to support their classmates.
And now let's see Mount Pleasant's offense reward their defense by getting a score.
Brochuk has Rubio in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to him. Got a little bit of room up the middle. Breaking tackles, still keeping the feet churning. Excuse me, it was Newbecker there on the carry. Looks like about 2 yards there from Caleb Newbecker.
Now you're seeing Johnny Rubio subbing into the game.
That was really good physical running there from Caleb Newbecker. Kept those feet churning. I think if they would have let him play, he might have taken that for a couple more yards. But nevertheless, it's 2nd and 8 here for the Oilers. Looking to close out their 8th win on the year. It's going to be another run. Rubio hit at the line of scrimmage and brought down maybe after a gain of about a yard. And now it's going to bring up 3rd and 7, and now a big chance for the Linden defense to get off the field here on 3rd down, possibly to bring their offense back on.
I'm going to be a bit shocked to see a pass play to Polk. Get into your best player's hands.
Might be the biggest 3rd down play we've seen so far tonight. That 4th down play we just had was really big, but this one, really pivotal moment. Under 10 minutes to go. Broychuk looking to the air, rolling out, throwing to Scooter Polk. It's behind him, and it's batted away. Coach Mack not happy down there. It's going to bring up 4th and 7.
4th and 7 for the Oilers.
I think Coach Matt's upset because, you know, Polk was open, but Broachuk just couldn't get it to him. You know, it was just behind him.
So now a big stop from the Linden defense. The defense is trading big stops. And now you see Ethan Gomez back there to return now for the Eagles. See what he can do. Broachuk, quarterback, getting ready to punt it away. It's actually a pretty good kick. It's a spiral. And it's going to roll down the 35-yard line. Basically straight down that white line. And now Linden will have really good starting field position. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. Linden has it on the Mount Pleasant 35-yard line, trying to get back in this game. It's a handoff to Ethan Gomez. He's got a ton of room. Met and brought to the ground by Caden Banaski there, but it's a first down now for Linden, moving further into Oiler territory.
Just like I said about the Eagles, they love to run motion and get their skill players involved. You know, they've been running a lot of jet sweeps with Ethan Gomez in this game, and it's really paid dividends.
1st and 10 from the 24. Linden knocking on the door once again. Bush drops back, looking over the middle. Oh, almost picked off there by Logan Zenneberg.
Flag.
And now there's a flag on the play. That's a very late pass. I wasn't watching back there, but my guess is roughing the passer against the Oilers.
And if you're Mount Pleasant, you can't do that. That's just, yeah, personal. Yep.
And now a silly mistake is going to give Linden a first down.
Gives them new life on offense. Now they're starting closer into the red zone almost.
So they're going to have it first down, looks like at about the 14-yard line. And Coach Mack, understandably, not very happy with that.
Starting to see that empty look by Linden. Wouldn't be shocked to see him pass it.
Bush is going to flip it to Ulick. Trying to get to the edge. He's brought down by a team of Oilers. It's Banaski and Polk who met him behind the line. And a big first down stop there from the Oiler D.
Yeah, just great pursuit by Stuart Polk and the rest of the Mount Pleasant secondary to stop that jet sweep.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 11 now from the 13. 8:27 here to go in the fourth quarter. It's probably now or never time for the Linden offense. They need to get into the end zone here. Bush alone in the backfield, looking to the air, looking. He's got his man. Hit and brought down. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Nice job to make the tackle in space there. I think it was Aiden Klein there.
I think it might have been Banaski, actually. All I'm saying is, nice tackle. Starting to see Linden hurry to the line, try to catch him off guard.
3rd and 3 now for the Eagles. Looks like they might be changing the play. This is a big play here for Linden. They have all three timeouts to use, do the Eagles. Handoff up the middle, Ulick stuffed at the line. Big play there from the defense. And now it's another big 4th down. So 4th and 3. And now you see it again. I don't think you take the field goal now. Although they're bringing some different personnel onto the field. We'll see what they do. Tell you what, Jack, since we mentioned it at halftime, that Oiler D has really stepped up, stopping that run. Oilers student section loud. chanting to the tune of 7 Nation Army.
Now you're starting to see Linden get into heavier personnel. This might be an obvious run situation.
Bush up the middle. He's met. I don't think he got there. What a play by the Mount Pleasant defense, and that might have just put the Eagles away.
That's a bait stop by Mount Pleasant's defense.
That's back-to-back drives where the Oilers have really stepped up in the red zone. Wow.
You know, you saw that real heavy personnel, basically a goal line look by Linden for the first time in this game, and Mount Pleasant's defense does a great job of playing just great team defense. It's a big stop.
Linden has not found the end zone in a long time. They haven't scored since they took a 14-13 lead back in the first half. Brochuk on his own goal line. It's going to pitch up the middle. Oh, fumble!
Pass.
Who's got it? Oh,
It's an incomplete pass.
Good eye there, Jack. It's an incomplete pass. Big break there from the Oilers. That was a scary turn of events.
And that's the one safe thing about running that play. It's a shovel option to you. You're throwing it. It's not behind the line of scrimmage, so you're actually in front of it, so it actually counts as a pass.
Oilers very lucky that they did not hang on to that ball for much longer before letting that ball loose. Otherwise, Linden could be knocking on the door with a chance to score again. All right, 2nd and 10. Broichuk throws. It's Scooter Polk. He breaks one tackle. He's got some blockers, and he's got the first down out across the 15-yard line.
Nice stream play by Mount Pleasant. Gets Scooter Polk, and he gets it for a first down.
Leads it up to the 20-yard line for a 15-yard gain and an Oiler first down.
And if you're Mount Pleasant, you want to start to try to chew the clock more. I'm not saying, play conservative, but I'm saying, try to, use your time to your advantage.
And that reception put Scooter Polk over 100 yards on the night with 108. Oilers bring Carter Dole on. See if they take a look to the air here. They continue to stick with the ground game.
They're going with that Wildcat look.
And Newbecker up the middle.
Newbecker backs his way up for about a 3-yard gain.
Looks like about 3 yards there from Caleb Newbecker.
Long 7 coming up for the Oilers.
Clock now down to about 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Oilers looking for their 9th win on the season. Looking pretty good with that right now. A 14-point lead with the ball with 5.5 minutes to go. They came into this game 2nd in playoff points. See how it looks after this, but it's going to be 2nd and 7 here. Broichuk's going to pitch it. Ball's on the turf.
Fumble.
And Scooter Polk wisely covered it up. Coach Mack not happy down there on the sideline.
That's a lucky play by Mount Pleasant. That could have been a huge momentum boost for the Eagles, but was fortunate.
And looks like Linden's going to take their final timeout. Kind of smart. Now it's going to be up 3rd and 7. Coach Mack understandably angry down there on the sideline. We're going to be back on the other side of this break. All right, welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. The Oilers have it 3rd and 18 from their own 12-yard line. Scary situation there. Scooter Polk covered up the fumble, though. So Barodichuk dropping back to throw, looking to air it out down the sideline. Max Humphrey on the sideline, made the catch. I think he was out of bounds. He was so close. I don't think he got the foot in. Great effort there from Max Humphrey racing under it, trying to drag that foot. But now Linden's going to get the ball back with an opportunity to maybe get back in this game. Eagles not going away.
And you see kind of how upset Coach Mack was on that last throw. It was a good throw, but just wasn't enough to get a big gain.
I don't play football, but I don't think this will be a fun week of practice for this Oilers squad. Brojek to kick it away. Oh, that's going to be a spiral out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back on the other side of it. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. Linden has the ball on the Oiler 21-yard line after that punt. Bush airs it out, and it's incomplete. Looking for Ewell.
Just missed him. And if I was Linden, I wouldn't be a little bit afraid, to run a trick play here. Try to catch this Mount Pleasant defense off guard and get a trick play for a touchdown.
This is a really big series for Linden. I think it's do or die time for this Eagle offense. You don't get into the end zone here, there's a solid chance you don't walk out of here with a win. But stranger things have happened in the game of football. 2nd and 10 from the 21. Bush is going to hand it off. Ulick fighting his way for 3 yards there. And now it's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
I'll say one thing about this Mount Pleasant defense. They've really played a lot better team defense and a lot better run defense in this second half, and they've really been saving their offense in a way. Every time the offense hits a 3 and out, you're seeing this Mount Pleasant defense really step up and play good defense.
And part of it, I think this Oiler defense really feeds off the crowd, and the crowd has been really good for them tonight. Crowd getting loud once again here on 3rd and 8. Bush looks to the air. Pressure comes up the middle. Rolling, fires. It's caught for it's not a first down. Maybe it is. Have to check the spot. It's a first down for Linden. Big 3rd down conversion there. And now it's 1st and goal for Linden with 4:07 to go.
Great job by Michael Bush, staying in the, rolls out, keeps the play alive, finds Montgomery Keener for a first down.
And the big thing here for Linden is they have 2 timeouts left. Mount Pleasant only has 1. And now they're within striking distance of the end zone. Bush alone in the backfield. Rolling to his right. Looking, end zone, back of the end zone. One-handed grab made for the touchdown. What a catch.
What a catch and what a throw. Michael Bush puts it up. Sees number 37. I think that was number 35 as Case Iotti for the Eagles. Just what a throw. Sees him open. Makes a spectacular catch.
Wow, one-handed grab made on the boundary. And now it's an extra point away from being a 7-point game with 4 minutes to go. Kick on the way. It is up and it is good. Another strong kick from Michael Bush, and it's a 7-point game now. We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. We have a game on our hands now with 4:01 to go. Linden has made it 28-21, and now interesting decision now from the Eagles as to whether do you kick it deep or do you attempt the onside for a chance to get the ball back.
If it was me, I would kick it deep because I feel, Mount Pleasant's offense hasn't been as, effective, I feel like, in the first half. So I don't really blame Linden for doing this. I said I would trust my defense.
Polk. Stiff arm and doesn't quite get to the 20-yard line. And now a really big drive here for the Oilers. They need to string together a couple first downs and take time off the clock.
And it's kind of a hard play right now, for Mount Pleasant. You got 3:55 left, so do you be aggressive or do you kind of try to chew a clock? That's just, it's tough. Let's see if Coach Mack, let's see what he's going to do.
I think you have to find that balance too. If you want to move the ball down the field and score again, but you also need to be mindful of the clock. So whether that means running the ball or throwing over the middle and staying in bounds, whatever works for this Oiler offense, trying to grind out their 8th win of the year. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Couldn't quite tell who that was. Looked like it was Newbecker. They're going to give him 2 there on the carry. And now clock winding down to about 3.5 minutes.
I'll say this: if you're Mount Pleasant, you gotta be conscious of the clock. You can't try not to go out of bounds. You can't try to stay in bounds and keep that clock running.
So 2nd 8 from the 21 now. Brochuk is going to hand it off to Scooter Polk. No, he's going to keep it himself. Logan Brochuk still going, pushing the pile close to first down yardage. See what they give him. Looks like he's really close. They're moving the chains. That's an Oiler first down for Logan Brochuk.
That's a big play from Mount Pleasant. Now you got first down with 3:03 left in this first quarter. You're just see him try to drain the clock now.
Tell you what, Oilers doing a pretty good job there running the clock. Linden, you might start to see them using their 2 timeouts now, trying to conserve clock to maybe get the ball back to tie the game. High snap. It's another quarterback keeper for Brochuk.
Brochuk keeps it himself again.
And not much. Looks like about 2, maybe 3 yards there for Logan Brochuk.
It seems like every successful run play in the second half has been off that jet sweep with Polk or one of the wide receivers, and Logan Brochuk taking it for a quarterback keeper. It's been really, I feel like, beneficial.
Yeah, that offensive line for the Oilers has done a really nice job. I mean, guys like Brandon Bunker, Cal Kowalik, Kenny Wemigwans, they've made big holes for those Oiler runners, and they've had a lot of success running the football tonight, as well as throwing the ball. They had a lot of success in the first quarter running the football, and now as the game has progressed, Logan Brochuk has had pretty good time in the pocket to throw the football. It's going to be a quarterback keeper for Brochuk, and he is nailed at the line of scrimmage. It's number 33 there for the Eagles, Carson Kahn. And now Linden's going to take their first timeout. And now a big 3rd and 7 now for the Oilers. We're going to take that timeout with them, and we'll be back after this short break. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. Pivotal 3rd and 9 here late in the 4th quarter. Linden has 1 timeout left. So do the Oilers.
Looks like Mount Pleasant wants to go to Humphrey. You got him one-on-one.
Tell you what, that worked earlier in the game for a long touchdown. See what happens here. First down likely will end the game. Broachuk rolling, looking deep, down the sideline. It's picked off. What a catch. And now with 1:39 left, Linden has a chance.
I'll say one thing. What a grab by Ethan Gomez. Reaches out. Still, it was pretty good coverage. There was a little bit of a window there of Polk, but takes it full advantage of it.
Oh, never mind.
It's incomplete. Oh.
What a big break there for Logan Broachuk. And now Broachuk's going to have to kick it away. But now Linden with a chance with a timeout left and some speedy offensive playmakers to possibly tie this game.
I'll say one thing. Even though if it's incomplete, still a heck of a effort by Gomez.
That's a punt that's going to roll down inside the 40. It's going to be down by Carter Dole. And now with 1.5 minutes to go, Linden, one timeout, trails by 7. Tell you what, this has been a really entertaining football game. The Oiler defense has really stepped up in the second half, and now this Oiler crowd starting to get loud, trying to urge their defense to get the stop.
Now you need Mount Pleasant's defense to really step up and play big, with just 1:31 left in this fourth quarter.
And I doubt you'll see Linden do much more running of the football, so the Oilers' pass defense will have to be pretty good here late. To the sideline, he's tackled in bounds. Clock will continue to run. It's number 97, Montgomery Keener there. The junior tight end made the catch. And now it's going to bring up 2nd and 4.
Well, if you're Linden, you got to be in a little bit of a hurry because, you're almost under a minute here. Just 1:10 left in the fourth quarter.
Oiler crowd getting loud. Bush dropping back. Cal Kowalik coming. Fans calling for a hold, and that pass is high and out of bounds. A lot to unpack there on that play. Cal Kowalik brought a ton of pressure up the middle. Probably could have been holding, but the pressure forced the errant throw. And now 3rd and 4 now for Linden with exactly a minute left.
If you're Mount Pleasant, you got to understand you had to stay back. I would be totally fine if you let something short here, but you got to know about what your job is.
All right, Oiler crowd getting loud. They're still wanting that holding call, but at this point, now the crowd starting to get into this 3rd and 4. Bush rolling, pressure coming from behind from Parks. Throw to the sideline is caught and pushed out of bounds. Connor Brown made the catch there for Linden, and now it's 1st and 10. Linden in just barely. Did they call him inbounds?
Looks like they kept him inbounds. Yep, clock's rolling.
Now the clock's rolling. Still in their own territory. Bush dropping back, airing it out. No, he decides to keep it. Pressure comes, fires, incomplete. Ton of pressure. Oiler fans calling for holding, but their defense doing a nice job forcing the incompletion.
And you got to remember this. When you get a first down, clock stops only momentarily. The only time it stops is when they're trying to reset those chains. And when they set the chains up, that's when the clock rolls.
Tell you what, this would be a remarkable drive if Linden could get down the field and into the end zone.
This is when you have to know, when you get the ball, you got to think, I either try to get a first down or try to get close to getting out of bounds. Or if I get down, you got to hurry up and get to the line.
Linden does have one timeout left. So is Mount Pleasant. Bush rolling, throwing. Is it caught? Yes, it is.
Yes.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 2. And now there's 37 seconds on the clock.
And you're seeing Linden really trying to hug that sideline to get out of bounds, which is, it makes sense.
Another big 3rd down here for the Oiler D. All right. Here comes the crowd noise. 3rd and 3 from the 44. 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Bush is alone in the backfield. Here comes the pressure. Deep down the sideline. And it's incomplete. Good coverage there from Scooter Polk. And now it's 4th and 3.
Fourth down and 3 coming up for Linden. At their own
Big
44
stop there from the Oilers. Linden must have saw something they liked because they took a deep shot down the field that really could have paid off if it would have been reeled in. Big 4th down here. Likely this would be the ball game.
If you're Linden, you gotta think. You gotta try getting your best player's hands. You don't really need a lot. All it is 4th and 3. You can get 3-4 yards. You don't need a huge play just to get the 4th down.
Crowd the loudest it's been all night. Bush drops back, keeps it himself. He's got the 1st down. What a play call and what good decision making there from Michael Bush to keep it himself and get the 1st down.
I wasn't really surprised by that play call. It's a smart play call. 4th and 3. Why not do that? It's a safe call in my opinion.
All right, so now 25 seconds left. Clock moving slowly, and the Eagles also moving slowly. .25 seconds. 1st and 10 Eagles. They still have that timeout. Bush. Pressure comes. He takes off. He's hit. He's got the 1st down, so the clock will stop. And Linden took their timeout there.
Last timeout.
We're going to take this short timeout break with them. We'll be back for the final exciting 17 seconds here from Mount Pleasant. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. Linden down to the Mount Pleasant 27 now. They're out of timeouts. 17 seconds left of this thriller here in Mount Pleasant. Bush dropping back, pressure up the middle. He's gonna have to loft it. It's picked off! Polk gonna bring it back. He's gonna slide down, and the Oilers are gonna win the football game.
I'll say one thing. The reason why that play happened was the defensive line by Mount Pleasant forcing Bush to throw it up, and a great pick by Scooter Polk.
And that is going to end the football game. The Oilers going to get their 8th win on the year. What a football game. Tell you what, it really looked there like Linden might punch it in for another score. This is one great football game that we've witnessed here tonight. Logan Barodachuk takes a knee. The Oilers will head to the MHSAA playoffs, 8-1. They defeat the Linden Eagles 28-21. Any final thoughts, Jack?
What a game. A real thrower. You saw Linden, kept fighting, wasn't out of this game. It was really a good game by both teams, and it's still a great game.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into tonight's game. We hope you'll tune in next week on the NFHS Network to watch the Oilers in the first round of district playoffs. On behalf of our entire school broadcasting program crew, I'm Brenton Scobie saying so long and have a good night.